Hull, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
The arena froze for a split second, not because of the scoreboard, but because of Caitlin Clark's face. From the bench, she watched Lexie Hull rise, release, and finally break her brutal shooting drought with a three that ripped through the net like a gunshot. That sound didn't just mark points on the board. It set off a chain reaction that would turn this night into one of the most defiant performances the Indiana Fever have given all season. They had no star, no true point guards. On paper, they were supposed to crumble. Instead, they wrote a masterclass in survival with playoff implications bleeding from every possession. The Chicago Sky never even saw it coming. Comment Fever Show below if you felt that shot change the game.
We're back home, baby. Let's go. Back in the W column. Well, I got your show. That's a big job, baby. Point guard.
Imagine the Fever's confidence hanging by a thread. That's where they were after back-to-back losses that hit like sucker punches. The road trip had started like a dream, with Indiana ripping through opponents. Then Phoenix came in with a reality check, and Los Angeles followed up with another hard slap to the face. These weren't just ordinary defeats. They were the kind that make you question your playoff DNA. The buzz around the locker room wasn't celebration anymore. It was doubt.
Obviously we lost our last two, but I don't know, that LA one felt good for us because we didn't quit. And then, life happened the other night at the Valley, so we could have looked at it like, oh, woe is me, and, we don't have enough players, and we didn't. So shout out to our group for just staying confident and staying ready because, it's a professional league and we have to be ready and we can't make too many excuses about it because no one's going to hand us anything. So we might as well look at it for what it is and keep showing up.
And the injuries? They came like a storm with no warning. Caitlin Clark was already sidelined since July 15th, nursing quad and groin injuries with no timetable for return. But in Phoenix, the nightmare deepened. In the first quarter, Sydney Colson collapsed, clutching her left knee. The replay showed the ACL snap. Her season over in an instant. You could feel the air get sucked out of the arena.
Tonight?
Unbelievably proud. I think this is the most resilient team I've ever been a part of, and I say that wholeheartedly. We've had a lot of mishap happen throughout the course of the season. I think throughout the course of it all, we've stayed resilient, and you guys get to see us at our best when we stay together and be resilient. So shout out to my girls tonight because I think it took everybody. Everyone played a piece, played a role, and I think that's how we got the dub.
Then the fourth quarter delivered the knockout punch. Ari McDonald, one of the last remaining floor generals, went down clutching her right foot. Diagnosis: a broken bone. Another season over. 2 point guards gone. In the same game, within minutes of each other. The Fever weren't just shorthanded, they were stripped bare. No team in the league wants to face one game without their playmaker. But losing every backup option? That's a basketball horror story.
I mean, you guys are unfortunately kind of familiar with injury updates this season, but I imagine yesterday's was probably pretty tough. Just what's the reaction been from you guys, the players, the coaches, to losing Sid and Ari?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, just brokenhearted for them. They're two really good people that you hate to see this happen to. They've been an integral part of what we've been doing, and so hate it for them. Unfortunately, it's part of the deal, and we've got to roll with it. And we've got players in that locker room who believe in one another, players in that locker room who are as competitive as all get out. We've got versatility, and it's going to have to be on full display. So I think now it's about playing to honor them, right, and playing for them.
Coach Stephanie White now had to piece together an offense in real time. Her post-game statement about a by-committee approach sounded calm, maybe even confident, but in reality it was code for, we have no idea what tomorrow looks like.
This means you don't have any healthy point guards and you're not able to sign anyone for tonight's game. Just for tonight specifically, what is your plan kind of running point?
We'll have to do it by committee, certainly. I mean, we've been utilizing AB to initiate offense throughout the course of the season, so we'll use her, continue to use her. Sophie, at times this season, particularly early, ran some of the point for us as well. So we'll utilize her and Kelsey can initiate offense too. So I think the most important thing is that we aren't going to be able to do every play in our arsenal. We'll have to play a big lineup. We'll have to simplify. But we've got players who are capable of getting us into offense, and we'll utilize them in such a way.
The whispers started quickly. Could this team survive real adversity? With the trade deadline gone, the front office couldn't save them with a quick roster move. Chicago Sky smelled opportunity. They had lost every meeting to Indiana this season. But this looked like their revenge game. A wounded, desperate Fever squad missing its leader. But what the Sky didn't realize was that Indiana had been building something far stronger than a star-centered offense. They were about to turn this crisis into a blueprint for one of the gutsiest wins of the year.
Williams going to have to hurry off the dribble, rolls out. Oh, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
Lexie Hull catching fire.
Now Chicago just needs to get it a little bit more settled here in the half court. Nurse loses it. Mitchell 2-on-1. It's a foot race. Mitchell to Cunningham. Cunningham right there for two more.
For weeks, Lexie Hull had been locked inside her own head. Every shot was an echo of the last miss. Every rim a reminder of the slump she couldn't shake. 2 for 25 from deep over 2 weeks. Numbers that haunt a shooter's soul. Her mom hadn't even seen her hit a 3 since August 1st. By the time the Chicago game rolled around, Hull wasn't just fighting the defense. She was fighting herself.
What was kind of the last month like? How do you stay out of your head or listen to the right people? What is that balance like? As you know what you need to do. Take us kind of what's that like?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's focusing on doing the right thing, taking the right shots, being in the right place, focusing less on the outcome of things. Missed shots happen. It's going to happen in everyone's career.
Man.
And to just really focus on getting the next good one. I think that's the whole mindset, and we know we have confidence in every single person on every shot that they take. So, just keep shooting.
Her struggles had reached the point where hesitation replaced instinct. Wide open looks, the kind she used to bury without blinking, suddenly came with an extra breath, an extra thought, and a deadly second of doubt. The fluid shooting stroke that once defined her was gone, replaced by the weight of every missed shot stacking on her shoulders. It wasn't a shooting slump anymore. It was a mental prison.
And then, Lexie, what was it like to finally break out of that slump, and especially on a night when
It's all there.
when they needed you to?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good to see the ball go through the net. But I think, every game, regardless, you're making shots, you're not, it feels really, really good to have your teammates behind you, and I definitely feel that every day, and it's fun. It was fun today to get to celebrate some of those.
The Phoenix game showed just how deep the darkness had gotten. Hull went 1 for 11 from the field, 0 for 8 from deep, ending with just 2 points, her lowest of the season. After the buzzer, teammate Kelsey Mitchell found her, pulled her aside, and told her, "I'm counting on you for what you bring every single night." It wasn't just encouragement. It was a challenge, a lifeline thrown to a drowning shooter.
Oh, open three. Oh, what a sight for Lexie Hull. She has needed that one to drop.
Hull benches up. Caitlin Clark with a big grin.
Then came Chicago. Early in the game, with Caitlin Clark watching from the bench, Hull stepped into her first three-point attempt. The ball spun out of her hands with the rotation she'd been searching for weeks to find. The net snapped clean. Clark leapt up from the sideline, arms in the air, smiling like she'd hit it herself. That single moment, It didn't just put points on the board. It detonated something inside Hull. If you thought that was the end of her comeback, keep watching. This was just the spark.
Again, no Sydney Colson out for the year with the ACL tear. Lexie Hull, though, the bucket and the foul. He's dealt with so much scoring adversity lately.
Yeah, terrific baseline execution. She comes off the curl. Tell you what, this Fever team is going to be very dangerous, no matter the roster.
Oh, Lexie Hull! Heat checking her napalm era right now.
From that shot forward, she was a different player. Confidence flooded back. She hunted the ball, moved without hesitation, read the floor with clarity. 4 for 6 from deep by the end. But the stats didn't tell the real story. This was a live transformation, a player rediscovering her identity right in front of us.
Lexie, that final three-pointer kind of felt like the perfect end of that night. Just if you could just talk to me about the celebration, how much of a relief that was for you, just kind of to punctuate it like that.
I mean, it's fun. You know, the crowd was behind us today. It's fun to walk out of the gym on a high note and on a make. And yeah, I mean, I saw the time going down, so I was trying to pull out my inner Kelsey Mitchell.
Her plus 22 rating proved she wasn't just scoring. She was tilting the entire game. 17 points in her best performance of the year. Teammates felt it too. Aaliyah Boston threw up the 3 sign with both hands after a make. Sophie Cunningham wrapped Hull in a hug that said more than words could. Chicago had no idea they were already standing in the middle of their own destruction.
Crazy that I'm like, when the song comes on, just like it's all there. Like you just gotta believe it, and I think Lexie knows that we believe in her. Our last game in Phoenix, I think we all were just a bit emotional about everything, and I think me and Lexie had an emotional moment because no one shot well, and I want her to know that we gonna count on her for what she brings to the table every night, and I'm gonna always stand by my teammates, so you never have to worry about that.
Then there was Kelsey Mitchell. She'd built her entire career on scoring, not running the show. 7 seasons, countless points, but few assists. Now, with no point guards left, she was told to take over the position. It was a basketball identity crisis. She'd have to shelve her instincts and become something entirely new.
Yeah, Kelsey, you obviously had to play out of position tonight, kind of filling that point. You had a season-high 8 assists. Just how did you try to embrace that for this game and kind of?
Oh man, I haven't played point guard. I was telling the girls I haven't played point guard maybe since college, and so that was different. But I think it brings out the vulnerable side of me, the leadership in which I need to keep getting better at and keep growing at. I think being in this PG position kind of helps with that. And I think I believe in my team. So seeing my assists, go up is just because of these girls. We have an unbelievable chemistry when it comes to, seeing and reading each other. So I think they made me look good tonight.
Point guard duties mean feeding others before yourself, sacrificing shots for setups. For Mitchell, it was like asking a race car driver to become a mechanic mid-race. Yes, she'd initiated plays before with Boston and Cunningham, but running the entire offense for 40 minutes, that was a different battlefield.
Just to add to that, I think Kelsey's not giving herself enough credit. Her and Sophie putting themselves before the team, making sure that they're sacrificing, playing out of position, doing things that they don't normally do, maybe uncomfortable, but I think they both really did a great job of sacrificing in those moments and doing what the team needed to do.
My girl. Sexy Lexie.
The first few possessions exposed the adjustment period. She still looked to score first, eyes darting for space to shoot instead of surveying the court. But necessity forces evolution, and Mitchell didn't have weeks to figure it out. She had seconds.
Coming off the screen, trying to create some separation. 2 comes up to Boston, it trickles in.
Then something shifted. She began seeing angles she'd missed before, threading passes through traffic like a veteran floor general. Her court vision opened up. Her rhythm slowed just enough to let plays breathe. She was setting up baskets that looked impossible seconds before.
Here in the half court. Nurse loses it. Mitchell 2-on-1. It's a foot race. Mitchell to Cunningham. Cunningham right there for 2 more.
Mitchell wasn't just surviving at point guard. She was commanding it. Coach White had warned they'd simplify the playbook, but what unfolded looked anything but simple. Mitchell orchestrated every possession like she'd been doing it for years.
Cunningham thought about it this time, puts it on the deck. A deflection, bodies flying to the floor. Mitchell controls, 8 to shoot. Mitchell, hesitation in the paint. The floater off the window.
And here is Kelsey Mitchell getting downhill. Little sidestep into the floater.
Pivoting, pirouetting, tough shot, well defended. Mitchell trying to attack Allen. Step back tray. Mitchell buries it.
Chicago's defense was trapped in a nightmare. If they shaded her for the pass, she'd score. If they played her to shoot, she'd dish to a wide-open teammate. Every possession became a guessing game they kept losing.
It's now Van Lith on the island. Mitchell trying to create a little separation. Oh, the hezzy and the scoop off the window. Kelsey Mitchell.
Can't guard her off the bounce. The hezzy, the floater, the kiss off the glass.
Parades the baseline, back up top. Working again, Westbelt, step back three, rolls it in. And that is a long two this time.
By the final buzzer, Mitchell had hit a season high in assists, rewriting her own playbook in one night. The Fever's offense was sharper, more balanced, and deadlier than it had been in weeks. But this wasn't just about surviving Chicago. This was a preview, a glimpse of what this team could become when the playoffs hit. Clark would be back. The roster would be whole again. And after this night, every team in the league had a new reason to be afraid. Like and subscribe if you're ready for that playoff run.
Kelsey obviously had to play out of position tonight. She had a season high 8 assists. Just how did you see her embrace having to do that, embrace having to do like what the team needed tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's who she is. She just wants to play. And, I felt like we did a good job of still getting her the ball in positions that she had been getting the ball. We just try to do it, a little bit more often and try to get it a little bit more in flow. And she let the game come to her. Her decision making has been really good. She had those 8 assists and only 1 turnover. Her shot making was really good, as it always is, and we know that she's going to create a lot of gravity because of what she does on the offensive end. And she did a really good job of picking her moments and finding her teammates when she needed to.
Hull's confidence was reborn. Mitchell had unlocked a brand new dimension to her game. Boston was still the anchor in the paint, steady as ever. This wasn't a bench supporting one star anymore. This was a unit full of weapons, each capable of taking over a game.
She is her own worst critic. She's a perfectionist. She wants everything to go right all the time. And, it was nice to see the ball go through the net for her and for her to play with such confidence. I mean, for us, we believe that every time she shoots it, it's going to go in. But for her to finally feel that and see that and play with so much confidence, it's big for us. We need her. She always does the little things that don't show up on the stat sheet, but when she knocks down shots, we're different.
Victories like this harden a team. The Fever had every reason to fold after losing Coulson and McDonald, especially following those back-to-back defeats. Instead, they adapted and conquered. This is how championship DNA is forged, in nights where the easy choice is to give up. White kept preaching interconnectedness, and it was visible in every pass, every celebration, every rotation.
I mean, I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, they're resilient, they're connected, they pull for each other, they enjoy one another. They celebrate one another, and that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment.
By this point, the 2025 season wasn't just about making the playoffs. It was about making noise once they got there. Indiana wasn't chasing a miracle. They were building a culture. Every player knew their role, and every role was essential. But before that vision could carry into the postseason, they had one last thing to finish: Chicago.
I think it just says a lot about who we have as human beings. That was one of the things that we made a priority in the offseason of, who we bring into this organization. Number one, quality human beings, selfless human beings that want to pull for one another, that understand. We have this depth for a reason, and sometimes it creates challenges getting people on the floor. But in situations like this is why you have it. And I'm just, she's right. I mean, as a pro and as a pro coach, this is one of the most connected groups I've seen.
What began as a regular season game ended as a 92-70 statement. 4 straight wins over Chicago, this time by 22 points. It wasn't just victory. It was a message to the entire league. Indiana isn't surviving, they're ascending. Chicago, meanwhile, is staring down another year at the bottom. For the Fever, this was proof they've built something sustainable, dangerous, and ready for 2025's biggest stage. Comment Fever Show if you believe this team is championship bound, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the run.